everybody, it's me, the Nitty Gritty Yarn Girl. It's Monday night, and this is Twisted Stitches. Geez, I feel like I've just seen everybody. You know why? Because I had just seen everybody. It was a very exciting few days here at Nitty Gritty Yarn Girl. I think I definitely worked off all my turkey, and I have been running since the other day, since yesterday and Saturday, and loving every minute of it and loving all of you. Thank you so much for your support. And so many of you have already processed your invoices, and tomorrow we've got several boxes and shipments that are going to be going out. So just as soon as we get those orders processed, we will get them off to you. So thank you, everyone. Do we have some folks joining us besides our guest?
All right. Let Brice let me know if everybody can hear me.
Can everybody hear Paul? Brice, can you hear Paul?
Yeah, I can hear him. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. We're just making sure it comes up on the screen. Yeah.
All right. Antoinette Kellum says hi, and Donna Hajlo, hello everyone. Jillian Goldrich says hello, and Patricia Espejo, hi everyone.
Did Patricia Espejo say it like that? Hi everyone.
Tina Bates says hi. Darren Showers, our friend from the Cape, hello.
Hello.
Smiley face emoji. Heather Campbell shared. Pamela Rose Atkins, otherwise known as the Goat, says hi all with a heart emoji. Lorraine Schiller, hello all, must be Monday night. With the anticipation emoji.
It is Monday night.
Beverly Reiser, good evening, Paulette and Paul. There's Jody Long.
That's not Jody.
That's not Jody. That's the Wonder Boy himself. In person, Brice Wonders is in the house.
Yay!
Heather Campbell, hey there, everyone. And Maria Brett, hello. I love to dye yarns. Can't wait to hear your ideas. Says hello, and Jenny Giacomini, hi from sunny California.
Hi, Jenny.
Diane Gondek says hello. Julie Denny Stark, hi everyone. Happy Monday night. And Oriana Christina Bruno says hello.
Hello.
And all the way from Virginia, our friend Carolyn Noller says hello, everyone.
Hey, Carolyn, I feel like I talked to you just recently, and Gina. I've been on the phone with several people all day today with more questions and more orders and more questions and more questions. So I do want to let you all know that look at the beautiful Inez poncho. I am loving the Inez poncho. Thank you, Pam Atkins, for whipping yet another project up for Nitty Gritty Yarn Girl. This is knitted with the Huasco sock. That it's on our website, and just wanted to let you see this before the holidays come through. Great little shawl, and whipped up. Well, for Pam, it whipped up pretty quickly, but that's just something new.
Linda Crystal Young, hi all. Paul's mic is a little quiet compared to Paulette's and Brice. That is true. That is the nature of how we have to do this when we have a guest on. So sorry about that. I try to be my loud and obnoxious self.
Well,
maybe louder than usual, so it can carry through the microphone around your neck.
That's fine. That's right. Because is that what it's doing? It's carrying through this mic?
Yeah. That's what it's doing. Glory Hamel-Fees, hello everyone, and Rayshawn B. Jones, hi everyone from Tulsa, Oklahoma.
So hi everybody.
Beverly Reiser, I see your special designer, Brice. Julie Denny Stark, yay, Pam, great poncho. And Anna Maria Milani says, hi, everyone. Donna Hodlo, Pamela Rose Atkins, another beautiful project. And Pamela Rose Atkins says, there's a bit of static. That's me.
That's you?
Yeah.
Nothing you can do about it. There's nothing we can do about that.
Nothing we can do.
The nature of having a guest on the show at this point, and the way the technology is working, but we do our best. So a bit of static is a lot better than, oh my God, you're frozen and we can't see anybody.
Wait, is she saying I'm giving her static?
You're always giving people static, honey.
Nancy McClellan Ball, hi from West Hartford.
Hey there. So I want to get into our show because this, and we'll chat with all of you, and I'm really thrilled that Brice is here with us tonight because we've been working on making this happen for a long time.
Very long time.
Yeah, I think kind of since we met each other back in 2016, I think we met. It was at a Vogue Knitting Live. And I was just opening my business, and Brice was there. and he had some hand dyed and hand spun yarns. And we just started talking, and I said, "Gee, I wonder, would you be interested in working together with some yarns?" And that was the beginning of where we are today. But Brice,
Mhm.
you are not new to spinning and dyeing.
No, not
So,
at all.
yeah. So welcome to the show. Thanks for finally getting here with us.
Yeah, thank you. I finally got adequate internet speed out here in the country. So
Yeah. So you're out in Lancaster area, right?
correct.
Lancaster.
Lancaster. Yeah.
Yeah, Lancaster. And so tell us a little bit about how you got started with dyeing. You're involved in so many things, and we'll talk a little bit about those other projects that you have outside the fiber world.
Mhm.
But tell us how you got started with dyeing and spinning.
Well, I raise and show exhibition poultry and waterfowl, and I'm a waterfowl judge. So yes, there is a thing as judging ducks and geese at a duck and goose show. But I wanted to kind of diversify what we have here on the farm, and I wanted to get some kind of animal where I didn't have to milk them twice a day, and I also didn't have to send the babies off, to go a happier place type of thing.
Right.
So I wanted something that would produce something that's renewable. And a friend of mine in California raised Angora goats, and she had bought some of my geese. And I was like, those are the ugliest goats I've ever seen. And then after I saw them over and over again, and the cute little babies, they just grew on me. And I was like, I had to get some. So I got a couple Angora goats, and I learned how to shear. And then I was like, well, what am I going to do with this mohair? So I reached out to Mr. Kiefer, who was my kindergarten teacher, and he is a master spinner. And I called him, and he came over and brought his spinning wheel over and gave me a lesson and said, here, take the spinning wheel and spin away.
Wow.
So
Spin away, and that's how you got your name?
Well, actually, Spinaway has been the name of the farm. My step-grandfather was a jockey, and one of his favorite horses was a filly named Spinaway. It was a very famous racehorse. And there's actually Spinaway Stakes is a racehorse that's named after this filly up in New York. So this farm has been named after that racehorse for tons and tons of years. It just happened to be just the perfect name for what I ended up doing. So never in a million years would I thought I would be doing any of this.
So do you still raise the Angora goats?
No, I don't have the Angora goats anymore, but I had to downsize a little bit. So I kind of swapped off the last few that I had for Angora rabbits. So they're kind of like apartment sheep. So they're a lot smaller to take care of. And but also grow luxurious fiber that I love to spin. So mohair and Angora are my two favorite fibers to spin.
And they're quite reproductive, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
The rabbits, yeah.
But even if the rabbits don't have babies, they still keep growing that wonderful Angora all the time. So
yeah. So spinning. So you spin Angora and mohair,
mm-hmm.
and
wool and just about anything.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if anybody who's watching us has ever spun yarn fiber. Is that what we call it? Spun fiber. And but I tried it, and I'm actually going to say I tried it. I did not get past the trying part of it. It's definitely a technique that you.
Well, what I tell people that have said to me, oh, I tried it and it's just a no-go. And then meanwhile, they're talking to me and walking while knitting, and I'm like, you're going to trip and fall. So it just, over time, it's just been like a second nature thing to me. But when I'm knitting, I'm like, okay, where does this one go? So where some people say, well, I could just knit and relax. Well, I can just sit down, watch TV or have a conversation and just be spinning on my spinning wheel and just, it's just my form of relaxation.
Which Paul and I have actually witnessed. And, when we came out to visit with you and we did some yarn dyeing at the farm, and just watching you and your friend there with a little spinning wheel, and I'm like, wow, I just don't get it, but it's okay because somebody has to, and I'm glad it's you. So do you have some of the fibers that you spin? Because you do a lot of specialty spinning with the mohair and angora, right?
Yeah.
So what are some of those yarns look like?
Well, what I'm known for, and what I'm pretty sure you and Jan was with you when we met it the first time. I think.
Yeah.
So what you guys saw was my angora rabbit,
Which is
like
gorgeous.
chunky angora rabbit. So this is
Uh-huh.
just so soft and squishy. So this is really kind of been a specialty of mine, and it's mostly from rabbits that I raise myself. And traditionally, people spin angora yarn very, very thin and ply it on itself. Then after a while, it has that bloom or that halo that comes and make it kind of like a brushed mohair yarn look to it. It has that dimension to it. But I just wanted to spin some chunky because I like spinning chunky yarn and not really thin, because it just takes so much longer to spin the thin yarn.
I'll bet. But the chunky and I've had that, and I have and some of the folks who have actually purchased your yarns here as well. And I like it that thick and thin that you create with it. It's not that static fiber that we see.
Right.
And it's really very special.
Well, a lot of times when I spin a fiber, the fiber tells me how it wants to be spun, if that makes sense. So a fiber might want to be spun thinner or thicker, and it kind of tells you how it wants to be twisted as it goes through the wheel. And if you fight against that, if you want to make it totally even, the entire strand, the entire hundreds of yards, it can actually be a little bit frustrating. So it kind of tells you how it wants to be spun, but it also makes something that's totally unique. And
when you spin the mohair and the angora, do you dye it as well, or do you use all natural colors?
Both. So I do spin a lot of natural colored, which of course I don't have with me right here. But I do spin like angora. Our rabbits come in black and chocolate and blue and lilac and fawn, just a whole rainbow of colors, and I spin those as well. I think actually, I have some natural colored.
Gorgeous
rabbit.
We're gonna get to some questions here while Paul. Go ahead, Paul.
Okay, Andrea Whitmore shared Beverly Riser, not that easy to spin. Need to try again. Have a great wheel. Brenda Scanlon, Brice's Angora chunky yarn is absolutely wonderful. And Beverly Riser says, do you brush all the rabbits by hand?
Sometimes. So
that's a very honest answer.
A dog, like a grooming dog blower dryer that I have dogs too. What you do with Angoras, I do have brushes and I do brush them, but that actually kind of pulls the loose hair out of it a lot. But if you blow them with a blower, it actually blows the hair apart without brushing and snagging and pulling it out. So there's two different ways to really keep them groomed. So it's a combination of both.
Right. Now there was, I was thinking as you're talking, I had created a poncho, a capelet with one of your yarns. Do you still have that?
Yeah, I have it right here, I think.
Okay. Good. Because I was going to try to find it on my phone.
Brenda Scanlon says gorgeous.
There it is.
Poncho. Yeah.
So so that piece is gorgeous, and that's is that all Angora?
It's actually the top part here and the bottom is alpaca. That was some alpaca that I hand spun, but then you use the Angora for the middle.
Right. And that piece was great. And so that's something, if you're looking for what do I do with this yarn once I get it. And actually I've had some folks say with the natural colors that you showed us before, Brice, I don't even want to knit it. I'm just going to take it and in the piece, just wrap it around my neck and wear it as a cowl. That's it. I mean, yeah, exactly. So sometimes you can just it's just as gorgeous left alone too.
Yeah, and one thing about the Angora, with it being so chunky and different sizes throughout the strand, you don't really have to worry about trying to come up with intricate patterns for it. The
Right.
yarn is the pattern, if that
Right.
makes sense. Because
Yep.
if you really try to do a lot of intricate things, you're not really going to see it. You're going to see the fluff. You're going to see the Angora.
Which is what you want.
Right.
If you just use big needles, because you love the big needle, right?
Of course, yeah. Like a big can, like these little.
So yes, Brice loves to knit with big needles, and
Mhm.
and so I remember when we first met, I actually bought you giant needles
Right.
because you didn't and you didn't know how to knit, and now
Yeah.
you do. And I said, if you're going to be spinning yarn and dyeing yarn, you have to figure out what to do with it.
Right.
So yeah, no, so that's really great. Now those yarns behind you, things that you've spun as well?
What's hanging behind me are my boas. So what these are pieces of Teeswater that I actually brought home for me from Wales when I went to go visit. I brought home a whole bunch of raw Teeswater wool from Wales, and I washed it, and some of them are in this kind of boa form.
Uh-huh.
And so then I dyed them. So what people do, they can wear them, you can felt them, you can pull the locks apart and spin it, or do crafts, or a whole bunch of different things. So that's
cool.
it. Just looks neat hanging up,
Right.
as a
So it's
background.
just another way to display the fiber.
Right. And then the Teeswater spun up this is an example of.
Oh, pretty.
So what's neat about this yarn, and this is just a prototype, but let me find one here. In between my fingers, there's amethyst in this yarn.
So you strung the amethyst in with it when you spun it?
Yeah, when I plied it. So I usually
Okay.
use a thread to apply it. Because if I apply the fiber back on itself, it does kind of get really bulky, really thick. So, but it also, if you can kind of see the gold glittering in between, that's the thread that I apply with it. And then I add different gemstones and things into some of them. And this one, just an example, this has freshwater pearls in them.
So you're pretty well known for your unique fibers that you spin and put together. And so are those available for people to purchase online, or how would somebody buy that if they wanted to?
These here are actually just my personal stash. But I am in the process of making some more of the jewel and the pearled yarn right now. So that's coming.
So if someone wanted to learn more about those and the cost and what they can do, so you can actually take that and you can knit it into a scarf or a cowl or something too, right?
Yeah. And also with things like this, along with the mohair, you don't have to make something out of this completely. You can use it as like the poncho you made. It's just the in-between part, or you could use it as an accent around the edges of something, or around the cuffs or the collar or something like that too. So there's other ways you can use those that give a really unique effect to a garment without actually making the entire garment out of something like that. So
yeah, and that could you would need a lot of it.
Yeah.
Because of the bulk of the fiber, and then also that gets expensive. So it's nice to be able to trim something, give it a little bit of a lift, throughout. So that's really cool. So if people wanted to learn more about that, they could contact me, and I could get to you. We could maybe see it what you've got dyed up, or what you can dye. Okay, or spin, I should say. So let's wait before we flip and go to the other side. Paul, are there any other comments? He's so busy watching you, he's not watching the comments. Now that's unusual.
Rain Schiller shared. Beverly Reiser says beautiful. And Rita Johnson Cutterman, I finally made it. Mary Brinkman, hello.
Hi.
Beverly Reiser says love those. Maria Brandt, gorgeous amethyst color.
Yeah.
And Rita Johnson Cutterman, very cool.
Yeah, so these are very unique fibers that we're looking at tonight. We stock very standard. We've got our, some really special yarns here, but every now and then it's great to have a designer, dyer, and spinner who can show us something really different and bring us to a whole different level of looking at what we can do with the fibers. So let's flip.
Think of it as the Bugatti in the driveway.
Okay. I don't know what that means, Paul, but
It's a fancy Italian sports car.
Oh, well, look at that, Brice. You're the fancy Italian sports car.
Oh, no.
Burrata.
Yeah. The only Italian word you know.
Yeah, my first ever.
Burrata. Yeah, so Brice and myself and Jan at the last Vogue Knitting Live, I think that actually took place. We went out to Chaz's restaurant, to Chaz Palmenteri's restaurant for dinner.
And he was there.
And he was there. Yes, he was. And we had our burrata.
Yeah.
Yes, Paul.
Okay, Marilyn Bresler says beautiful. And Oriana Cristina Bruno, I see kids with sensory issues, and this fiber would be wonderful to have.
Ah, interesting.
Oh, that is interesting.
Very interesting. Oh, yeah. Kind of like those twiddle muffs that they make, for people with dementia, with all the different fibers and buttons and different things to kind of help them calm down. That's very interesting, Oriana. Good to hear. So might be something to connect to. So let's flip over to dyeing.
Okay.
All right. So go ahead.
Once I learned how to spin and I had all this yarn, I started going to fiber festivals, and some of my fellow Angora breeders, Angora goat breeders, they do these fiber festivals. And I'm like, what's a fiber festival? Like, people get together for yarn? Like, what is
Sounds
this?
like Paul.
So I'm like, oh, there's one in Maryland. Go visit. I'm like, okay, I'll just go for an hour or two. 12 hours later, 250 vendors. Yeah. So I just had a buildup of all the stuff I was spinning. I didn't really knit or anything. So I was like, well, maybe I should try vending. So I got into that, and I've been doing that for 8 years now, 9 years. And part of that too is not just having after stuff, but it's also dyeing fiber, because that's a whole different rabbit hole to jump down. And with the spinning, I basically had that one lesson with my teacher, and that was it. So
wow.
It's something that spinning is a skill. It's not, you don't just get it right away. You have to practice, and also lots of bottles of wine helped a lot as well. So when I got into dyeing, one of my Angora goat mentors was like, you should try dyeing some of the yarn you make. I'm like, okay, well, how do I do that? Well, you get a pot and hot water and vinegar, and you put your wool in, you put some of this powder, and you dye it. I'm like, okay, I'll give it a try. So that was basically the only instruction I had with dyeing. So that I just started, I got all this stuff, and I just really experimented, basically like a self-taught dyer, by figuring what works and what doesn't work. And I remember one time I, was having some issues with dyeing, not getting it to do what I want, and I actually called the Cushing's dye company. There's their chief chemist there. So this was like 15 years ago, probably. And I think he was in his 90s then. But he actually took the time and sat down with me and explained how dye works, how the temperature works, how the chemicals work, how the fiber works with it. And it made everything click.
Wow, that's great. That's great. Paul's signaling here. I guess we have some questions and comments.
Sure.
All the way from sunny Sacramento, California, Karen Will says hello all. And Brenda Scanlon, you're a natural fiber artiste. Rita Johnson Cotterman, lots of gin and tonic.
Uh-oh.
I'm waiting till after.
Yep, exactly. After is always good. So, talking about dyeing, and when you first started dyeing the yarns, and you still do a lot of specialty, unique, one-off runs.
Mm-hmm.
And those are great for your fiber festivals, right?
Right. But
And
I've gotten into a new rabbit hole.
yes, you have. Yes, you have. And I'm very excited about that rabbit hole because
Yeah.
we were very fortunate to have some of your yarns at our retreat. And they arrived, unfortunately, the night before the last day. So we had to like kind of just get them out there at the very end. But I'm so pleased. I just want to, Paul, if you could just get up for a quick minute to show some of the folks who were not at the retreat some of these amazing yarns and colors that Brice is now dyeing. So this is a sport weight yarn here, this gorgeous purple and green in there, sport weight yarn. And this is a DK, very, very low. These colors are fantastic, Brice. And
Thank
this
you.
is a sock that is a merino and nylon. There's a merino and bamboo. So the colors that you're putting out are just vibrant, they're gorgeous, and I can't wait to knit with some of these.
Well, the thing with what I'm doing now is there are yarns that are commercially made that are white, and you dye those. So those are things that I can actually replicate. I actually come up with a formula. I measure out my water, my grams of fiber, my dye, my technique. I write down, okay, I put this in here with that and that with this, and then flip this over, whoop-de-doo. You know, it's like a spell to try to get things the way you want it. But then like this yarn right here, this is one of my favorite and also most popular ones. And you named this one.
I did. Oh,
Yes.
Paul is standing in front of the camera, so I can't see it.
Okay. So this is the glacier colorway that I have.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So this is the bamboo and merino lace weight. Here? You should.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah.
Is that it?
Yep, that's it.
Yeah.
But I have it in all the bases too. This is a chunky Coriadale. Now, what I really like
get to him, Paul. One
about
second.
these.
Sorry.
Yep. Go ahead.
No, Paul wants to. Paul is. I guess we have comments building up. So, all right. Can we stop you for 1 second, and we'll get back to that glacier. Go ahead, Paul.
Lorraine Schiller says, I got mine. And Rita Johnson, Cotterman, gorgeous, gorgeous. Julie Denny Stark, love the yarn at the retreat. Great colors. And Karen Wills, wow, very pretty. Anna Maria Milani says, IP, not sure what that means. Beverly Reiser, amazing colors. Donna Nahajlo, I got some beautiful yarn at the retreat. Anna Maria Milani says, love your colors.
Yeah, they're just great. So I haven't gotten these on the website yet just because there's just been so much going on, but I will promise you that they will be up before the year is out. And so we're going to start 2022 with introducing Brice. See, look at the super bulkies. Look at the super bulkies.
The camera guy.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. just beautiful. So tell us now about the glacier. And so you're looking at replicating the different colors. And in all the different bases.
Right. So there's a lot of bases that are very similar and stuff. So I really had taken a lot of time to try to source ones that were unique and not just something that's just so common. So what I came across is this Coriadale chunky or bulky. It's a Coriadale. It's non-merino. I don't have anything bad against merino. It's a wonderful fiber. But there's other breeds of sheep, too, that also have really unique and durable and luxurious fibers that I think also need to be highlighted in a way. So Coriadale is a wonderful wool. It's not quite as soft as merino, but it actually does have some luster in it. Unlike merino doesn't usually have a lot of luster to it. And the super bulky, this is Falkland. So it's a different breed of sheep as well. Right. Again, it's very soft, but it's not as soft as a merino, but it's a really neat fiber. So I'm trying to, show off some breeds of sheep, other fiber as well in some of my yarns.
And that's great. I would not have thought about that. And, now that you're bringing it to our attention, it makes a lot of sense, as you say there. And looking at and feeling the Coriadale, it's really very soft, and I love the spin on it. Really pretty. So we've got some more comments, Paul.
Mary Brinkman says, Super Bulky is calling my name. Rita Johnson Cotterman, love the different fibers.
Cool.
Mm.
Very exciting. So we're going to be seeing a lot more of you at Nitty Gritty Yarn Girl, I hope.
Absolutely.
As this year closes out and we begin our 2022 plan to get more fibers and more yarns from you and to feature some of those and work with some patterns now. That's another thing. So you've got some things in the works there for some patterns as well, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Good.
Yep.
Good.
I've reached out to some designers and we're really excited about some things that are going to be underway really soon. So I'm really excited to share that hopefully sooner than later of some things. So I don't knit and crochet that much. So me designing something isn't necessarily my forte. I'm like, well, I can't do everything.
That's right. I have learned a long time ago that you cannot be all things to all people. So the best that we focus on what we know. Yeah,
they say, oh, well, do you design patterns and stuff? And I said, no. And I just realized one day, I said, no, I design yarn. That's what I do.
That's right. Exactly.
I'm not a designer. I'm a yarn designer. If that makes sense.
Do it, and you do it very well. You do it very well, and it's been wonderful to watch your progress and your what's the word? The path that you've taken and how you've just kind of blossomed now. And I'm loving being a part of as Paul calls it, the Wonder Boy world. So, and I don't know if you heard what our plan is at Nitty Gritty Yarn Girl for the spring this year. Instead of doing a spring retreat, because it would be so close to the last one we did, we're going to take a little road trip. Mm-hmm. And we're going to meet at the Maryland Sheep and Wool Festival.
That's wonderful. And I'm a vendor there. So
I know.
You guys have to come by and visit.
Yeah. So it's a plan in progress right now, but it's definitely one that we're going to make happen. We have some fans from Maryland. We have some fans who want to go to Maryland, and we hear about all these other fiber festivals up here in New England, and I'm thinking I would like to kind of venture out and see what other festivals look like. So
if no one's been to Maryland Sheep and Wool before, go.
Good.
Be prepared to be like your mind be blown, because
have you been to Rhinebeck?
Yes.
And so how do they compare?
I think they compare similarly. They're both just huge with hundreds of vendors and sheep and goats and llamas, and they show them. They have the sheep shows and they shear them, and then there's the cotton candy and the food vendors, and then you get your lamb burgers and you get your so it's amazing, because it's not just festivals that say, oh, where's the wool, and that's what we're going to focus on. It also focuses on lamb producers that are producing lamb for meat and other sources. So it really just encompasses the entire realm of a fiber animal, not just the fiber itself. So it's very inclusive and fun.
Cool. We have some more comments.
Rita Johnson Cotterman, I found your Facebook Live and was fun to see all the new and different fibers. Beverly Riser, yarns and all fibers are a passion. And Mary Brinkman says, Bart and I will be there, throwing a thumbs up emoji.
Yay!
Dina Justice, I can't wait. Maryland is excited to have all of you.
Yay! We're ready. We're excited about being there too. So we're going to, was there anything else you wanted to share with us, Brice, before we get to the next piece of our show?
No, I think that's, I covered all my goodies.
Well, it's been such fun talking with you and bringing and introducing you finally in person. I think the people who the gritty groupies here kind of thought you might have been a figment of my imagination for a while there. But we finally got you. We finally got your technology hooked up.
I'm a real boy.
Yep, you are the boy wonder, and we're glad that you're a fan of ours and we are of you. So we're going to now talk a little bit about our little contest that we had. Are you going to stick around with us till the end of the show, Brice?
Absolutely.
Perfect. So y'all know, as Paul laughs at me when I say that, we had a little contest going here, and we had offered an opportunity to win a $100 Nitty Gritty Yarn Girl gift card to the person who submitted the let's say the winning. We asked for creative videos to the little jingle that was posted on Facebook to oh, the weather outside is frightful and the yarn is so delightful, and since we've no place to go, another row, another row, another row. And so we got a few videos, and we're about to share the winning video with you. And Paul looks like he has to say something.
I can't believe mine won.
Oh, no, it wasn't yours. No, we can't trade money in the house like that. All right, you ready? Everybody hold on to your seats. And by the way, you can view these in the Nitty Gritty Yarn group. If you're not a member, you can go there.
All right,
and join.
Let's go to the videotape.
All right, buddy. Where do you play the volume on?
Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but the yarn is so delightful. And since we've no place to go, one more row, one more row, one more row.
Okay, Miss Julie Denny Stark, I hope that you are watching, because Julie had the winning video, and we're so glad that that you all played along. It was just a fun time. We giggled watching them, and we had just such great time seeing everybody, and we are glad that you all participated. But there can only be one winner, and it was Julie Denny Stark. She had it. Yeah, that's correct this time. But you know what? Next time, maybe we'll have even more people participating, and it will be even harder for us to judge, because it was very difficult to choose the winner. So beyond that, though, we have one more opportunity to win tonight. Paul, you want to walk over with me to the sharing bucket?
You want me to walk this way?
I want you to walk over to the sharing bucket. They can't see how you're walking.
Walk this way.
Walk this way. Yeah, I was just gonna say, where's the song there?
Round and round she goes. Where she goes.
Okay.
There's my martini glass. Yay!
Oh, yay! Whoa.
And the winner is.
Oh, I got two.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. I can't. Oh,
You gotta
my
have both. That's
goodness.
the way it is.
We have several here, guys.
What? More than two?
We have more. You know what?
Oh.
It's the way life goes. Every now and then, we got to just share the love. If let's just say this: if your name is in here more than once, you're only getting one. Because it was a big bunch that came out. So the first winner is Miss Gina Bates.
Gina Bates.
Gina Bates. Oh, we got two stuck together.
Oh, how many?
I have four.
Oh my God.
You know what? It's the giving season.
Yes.
It's
Absolutely.
the giving season. Susan Lucas.
Susan Lucas, winner number 2. Congratulations.
Darren Shower.
Darren's on a run. Oh, Darren won the other night, and he won 2 at the retreat.
Oh
Wow.
my gosh. And this one is a duplicate. So I said we were only going to pull
No,
one.
don't even say who it is.
Okay.
Well, no, you got to show them that it's stupid.
It's a duplicate. It was Gina Bates. It was Gina Bates. Would have won twice, but we only do one winner. So you know what? I'm going to pull another name.
Whoa.
Oh, it's Gina again.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, why is it Gina again?
Like crazy.
Gina's probably going, dang, I want to win 3 times. I'm not putting your name back in.
If you pull it again, you're getting a lottery ticket.
All right. Hey, Brice.
Yeah,
I don't know who this one is, but how about we give him one of your yarns?
absolutely. Go for it.
Okay, let's see who this is. Rochelle Worth Price.
Yay.
Rochelle. Okay, yay. All right, well, that was a very interesting dip into the sharing bucket. Thank you, everyone, for a wonderful evening. Brice, I can't tell you how nice it's been to chat with you and to share Spinaway Farm and all that you're doing. And we're going to have you back on. We're going to talk about your animals next time.
Sounds good. I'll have to
All
show
right.
a couple off to some of my
Okay.
apartment sheep.
Okay, and take care. Good night, everybody. We love you. Be safe.